Sup my friends, and welcome back to the Dragon's Lair. This is the Taoist dragon, but you can call me Toasty. And I'm back in my stepmother's office, but the computer's off, so it's not like a million, what am I trying to say? It's not really loud right now. And I got a hair trim. I actually think it looks really nice. Fortunately, don't really have a setup right now to play video games and record, just because I don't have an outlet or anything here. It would be great for horror games because there's enough light that you can see me, but it's dark. And great being a relative term because it means it's more spooky, and I don't need that. God, it's cold in here. I don't know what I'm trying to talk about. I don't have a subject in mind today. I'm wearing my dragon necklace a bit. It's backwards right now. But here it is. You can't really see it clearly in the video where I talked about my Christmas presents. I'm just going to fix it right now. So, yeah, but that's what it looks like. It's pretty cool. I was talking to my dad, and we should be doing the sword videos soonish. As in, like, tomorrow if we can. If not tomorrow, the day after. Yeah, we're going to be talking about the different styles of swords and what you should be looking for in a sword. And like things like length and stuff, because most people don't make swords the correct length. But one like general rule of thumb is that you should be able to swing the sword around underneath you in like a fluid motion. So it shouldn't be so long that if you try to swing it like this, you end up hitting the ground and you can't do it. Guess I could talk about some martial arts philosophy in this just to have a subject in mind. But one of the things that I got a lot of my stuff from, besides my dad, is Avatar: The Last Airbender. And it was such a great TV show. And I had a lot of real, actual martial arts isms in it. And one of the episodes that sticks out in my mind is the one where, God, I've forgotten his name, and I feel so ashamed. It's like Sokka. I'm pretty sure that's it. And I'm sorry if I butchered that. But like Sokka becomes a swordsman. And so he goes to study under a Fire Nation swords master. Yeah, that one just had a bunch of actual martial arts teachings in it. Sort of like the episode where Zuko, yeah, that's his name, right? Prince Zuko, was in the Earth Nation town when he ran away from his uncle Iroh and was just doing some soul searching on his own. And he was talking about the dual weapons fighting stance. But Sokka was put on a cliff, and he looked over the cliff, and a second later, the instructor turned him around. It's like, okay, I want you to paint everything that you just saw. And of course, Sokka being Sokka, he messed it up. He like added a rainbow. His teacher's like, where's that rainbow? It's like, oh, I wasn't supposed to add in things? The teacher's like, oh my god. But yeah, the message to that lesson is you always have to be mindful of your surroundings in martial arts and stuff. But since you're fighting and actively engaged, you sometimes only have a split second to take everything in. But you have to take it in, and you have to map it out and memorize it if you're going to use the terrain to your advantage, which is the key to a lot of fights. And it's basic things. For instance, high terrain and hills are really good for ranged units. Sounded such a geek saying that, but yeah, high terrain is really good for ranged weaponry because you have a higher vantage point so you can see better, but also gravity is aiding your shot so you can shoot further and just stuff like that. But for hill fighting and like close weapons, fighting on a hill, you're kind of unbalanced. There was other things in this episode of Avatar: The Last Airbender. One of the other things he did was had Sokka build a sand garden, because you have to clear your mind, you have to keep focused. We have a drastic unappreciation of the spiritual and stuff like ki, which is really ingrained in martial arts since it started out. And like manipulating your own energy and spiritual energy into your style and your stances is as much a part of the art as the actual moves themselves. Particularly, our culture is scientifically minded, and that's okay. If you don't believe this stuff, it's okay. I personally have seen it in action, so I'm going to teach it, because, yeah. He's teaching Sokka how to just focus and be centered, which is important in manipulating your own ki and stuff. Once you get unbalanced, you lose the fight when you're unbalanced. And I believe it was Musashi who said that you win when the will of the enemy is gone. So you take the heart from the enemy, and then that's how you win a conflict. Being unbalanced isn't just physically unbalanced, you can be spiritually or mentally unbalanced, and that will cost you the fight just as easily. So thank you so much for listening to the Dragon Rant. If you haven't already, I appreciate if you showed that sub button some love, and don't forget, sharing is caring. Stay beautiful!